So, alright, it's time to get black to basics here and check out the Gateron Black Ink V2 switches. Oh, it's like Christmas. Black inks are super popular all over the internet, supposedly really buttery smooth. So I am going to give you a little bit of the switch info. We'll take it apart and then I'll do some sound test, stock, unlubed, and then I'll lube them up. You're going to like these bad boys. The black inks are a linear switch, 5-pin, but you could chop them off and, make it 3-pin. These are a bit heavier than the reds and the yellows at 60G actuation force, 4mm travel, etc., etc. The V2 actually means that they have improved leaves down in here. Apparently the first ones kept falling off or having problems. And they also coated the spring, which is interesting. It's supposed to reduce ping in the sound and make it a little bit more smoother. We'll see in just a second, won't we? Personally, I love the smoky looking housing. I think that's actually really cool and sweet looking. But let's go see how they sound unlubed stock first. After typing on the Gateron Black Inks for about a day, I have just a few thoughts. Sound, they're a little bit more muted than a Gateron Milky Yellow. I'll leave a link right here. I did a review and sound test of those switches and I absolutely love them. Go check that out. The inks are a little bit more muted in my opinion. The actuation force is pretty similar. Really happy with the way it sounds. It's buttery, it's smooth. It lives up to the hype that everybody hypes. I love the feel as well. The actuation force makes it just got a little bit more, resistance. It feels smoother, buttery. All the terms that people use to describe these switches, I think are actually true. They feel absolutely delightful. They really do. Now, I do have two negatives. Number one, version 2 of the Black Inks was supposedly to fix the leaves, the little copper part in the middle of the switch. They're still a little wobbly. One almost fell out as I was lubing the switches, and yeah, I just thought that was really weird. I've never actually seen any that were kind of finicky like that. It just seemed like you could drop a switch and that thing actually might move, even if it's the version 2. The version 1 was apparently worse, but I haven't had any problem. It did come back together and everything's fine now, but there you go. Next up, I will say that these need filming, in my opinion. The ones I got, at least, had an insane amount of wobble, more than I thought they were going to have. Not a problem for me. I had some switch films. I just threw them on there. Again, I have a tutorial video here on YouTube. If you want to go check out that video, I'll link to it. But they definitely benefited from some films. They were really wobbly to begin with. And actually, now that I think about it, they do seem less pingy. Less pingy with the coated springs. I didn't actually notice it until, like just now I thought about it. I was like, oh wait, there's not a whole lot of ping in the springs. I like that about these. So that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed this little review and sound test. Go grab you some black inks. I think it's worth the cost. They're not super expensive. I'll leave a link to the video on the Milky Yellows. Also, one of my favorite switches, especially for linears. Go check those out as well. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I ink. Thanks for coming black to my channel.